एक मिनट
Good morning, students. Am I audible? Good morning, students. Am I audible? Okay. So we are good morning, students. We are here to give you introduction about open electives floated by Department of Mechanical Engineering. So myself, Professor Suraj Patil. So I am giving introduction about the subject operations research. So the subject as far as concerned is totally analytical. So it is hardly, you can expect 5 marks theory in 100 marks. So it is entirely analytical subject. So it has totally 5 units or 5 modules, you can say. So to start with unit 1, it is just introduction to operations research, in which you are going to study different optimizing techniques related to linear programming problems. So to start with, you will be formulating the problem by using linear programming methods, and then you'll be calculating or you'll be finding the solution by using graphical method, then simplex method, then big M method. So again, as I said, it is purely analytical unit. So as far as question paper is concerned, there will be 2 questions per unit, and in both the questions you can expect numericals based on this particular unit. Then unit 2, so it is the biggest or the lengthiest unit, you can see the transportation problem and assignment problems. So here we are going to study again various methods for optimizing or minimizing the transportation cost. So in which we'll be finding the initial basic feasible solution by various methods like Ogel's approximation method, then minimum cost row entry method, minimum cost column entry method. So likewise, all these methods are being used to calculate initial basic feasible solution. And after finding that initial basic feasible solution, you'll be optimizing the same by using one method called as MODI method, or it is MODI method, modified distribution method, or sometimes it is called as UV method. So where we'll be finding values like U and V's based on again certain assumptions or certain calculation. Then we'll be studying the application of transportation problem for maximization cases, how a particular transportation problem changes or the statement changes with respect to the maximization type of problems. So this entire unit of transportation, as I said, it is a analytical, and you can expect a problem of almost 15 to 20 marks based on this particular models, that is transportation models. Then second part in this is assignment models. So as compared to transportation models, assignment models are very easy, and you can attempt this at the early stage of your examination, because the problems based on these assignments are very, very easy. So here again we are going to study the formulation of assignment models, then application of again maximization cases, and also to the traveling salesman problem. So what is traveling salesman problem? So it is a problem based on a traveling salesman, where a person has to start from an origin or one of the city or one of the location, and he has to travel to different cities. The only condition is that he has to visit all the cities before coming back to its origin. So this is a traveling salesman problem in short. So the main objective of this assignment problem is to allocate certain resources or jobs to a particular you can say work or task, and then you need to optimize the assignment cost. So that means you need to minimize the assignment cost. So this is basically the assignment models. So as I said, this is the lengthiest unit in this operation research, and we always suggest to attempt this unit at the last. So after completing all the remaining units, you can go for this particular unit at the last. Okay. Then unit 3, so it includes again two chapters in this. One is game theory and second is queuing theory. So as far as game theory is concerned, it is the most easiest chapter in this operations research, where you will be studying different types of games, then solution of the games by using two particular methods. One is called as dominance rule and second is graphical method of solution. So basically these two methods which we are going to explain in detail, and we'll be solving few numericals based on these two methods. So this is altogether about game theory. So as I said, it is the most easiest part in operations research. Then second chapter in this particular unit is queuing model or queuing theory. So here you'll be studying different types of queuing systems and their characteristics. Then what are different empirical queuing models, that is MM1, MMC, and how the particular performance analysis of a particular model will affect a particular queuing system, that you can study in detail in this queuing theory. So for your syllabus, only we are limiting the numerical based on MM1 models. That is only one server where we'll be serving different types of customers or different types of stations. That analysis we are going to carry out, or the problems based on those particular models we are going to study in this particular queuing theory. Then unit 4, again it is one of the easiest unit you can attempt, that is sequencing models. So where we'll be studying how to sequence a particular job, or how to find optimum sequence of various jobs to process on different machines. So there are 3 or 4 types which you are going to study in this particular sequencing models. The first is basic, where you'll be sequencing n jobs on a single machine by using different priority rules like first come first serve, last in last out. Like all those priority rules will be applicable, that is earliest due date rule, then slack time remaining rule. All these rules you are going to apply to get the optimum sequence. And once you calculate the optimum sequence, again you'll be calculating the total time required to complete those sequence of jobs. Then second types, it is n jobs on 2 machines, where we'll be using the Johnson's rule to get the optimum sequence. And again, after getting the optimum sequence, we'll be calculating total time required to complete all the jobs on these 2 machines. Also, the total idle time that is required to calculate on each machine. Then extending the types to n jobs on 3 machines. So it is extension of n jobs on 2 machines. We'll be converting the given 3 machines problem into 2 machines problem, again by using certain rules and conditions. And then again the unknowns are the total elapsed time, idle times of machines that we are going to calculate. Then one more type which is again a graphical method, where there will be m machines and 2 jobs. So all the sequence of machines you will be going to plot on the graph, and then you'll be calculating a particular path which is called as the optimum path, where you want to calculate the total time required to complete all these both the jobs, that is 2 jobs on m machines. So this is a very easy unit as far as the operation research is concerned. So always I tell students, uh, make sure that unit number 3 and unit number 4 you should not make any silly mistake, because these are the 2 units where you can pass it very easily and you can score 20 out of 20 in both the units. That means 40 marks in 2 units you can score easily, because the problems or the numerical based on these 2 units are very easy to understand and very easy to solve. So don't make any silly mistake in these 2 particular units while attempting these 2 units in the examination. Then the last unit, so it is extension for your network construction techniques. One is called as CPM, that is critical path method, and second is called as PERT, that is project evaluation review technique. So these 2 techniques are basically applied for a network. So when I say network, it is a group of activities together we are attaching and we are solving for a particular, say, what is the project duration, or how much time it is required to schedule a particular activity, what is the probability of completion of a particular project. All these unknowns that you are going to calculate by using these network techniques. So in this, the first technique that you are going to study is critical path method, where you will be calculating a critical path based on the earliest time and the finish time. So a particular, when I say critical path, it is a path where the activities are very, very critical. Activities means these are the tasks that are assigned to construct a network. So these activities, when you give priority, so that particular activity, when we connect, that path leads to a critical path. Then we'll be calculating different floats like total float, then free float, interference float. All these floats we calculate based on again the earliest start time and total finish time. Okay, then after completing this critical path, we are going to solve numericals based on the PERT network, that is project evaluation review technique. Again, this is a network technique where we'll be calculating or determining the probability of completing a particular project, or you can predict the completion time of the projects based on again uh, your whatever critical path that has been assigned to a particular network. So in both these techniques, you are going to calculate the critical path, and again, by based on those critical paths, you'll be calculating the total project duration or the probability of completion of the project or probability of completing a project to a given particular time. Okay, so this is entirely 5 units with respect to operation research, and the books for this particular subject. One is we call it as a Bible for this, especially Hira and Gupta, because it includes almost all the units in this particular book. So I suggest you keep one copy of Hira and Gupta to refer. Then apart from that, SD Sharma Operation Research. So this is one of the again a very nice book to read about. If you want to solve more numericals, you can refer this SD Sharma. Then Taha. So this is Taha, then Hillier and Lieberman. So all these are foreign authors book, very nice books you can refer. But if you have first 2 books, then it is more than sufficient to understand this particular subject. And scoring point of view, if I want to rate this subject, you can score 100 out of 100 in this subject, and students have scored 100 in this subject previously also. So last semester also one students has scored 100 in this. So from scoring point of view, it is one of the best subject you can learn for. So IAs are concerned, that is CIE, it is same, that is 30 plus 30, then 2 assignments and 1 course activity for 20 marks. So totally it is of 100 marks and reduced to 50 marks. So if you have any questions regarding this, you can ask it later, or you can just type it and send it to through that YouTube link. So we can refer those questions and we can answer your queries. Okay, thank you very much. Now I request Dr. Narkati sir to give introduction about OBPC. So this is your first open elective. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Suraj. Good morning to you all, friends. So here I am going to discuss about organizational behavior and professional communication, open elective, 18 ME 661. Myself, Dr. M. Narkati from Department of Mechanical Engineering. This subject has a 3-credit. This is a 3-credit course, open elective with 50 marks CIE, SWE 50, and then it's a 40-hour course. SWE is 3 hours. Yeah. OBPC stands for Organizational Behavior and Professional Communication. Once you get through with your engineering degrees and get into the jobs, and say after 4 or 5 years or 10 years down the lane, what differentiates between one person to another in an organization is one part is professional skill sets. Yes, it's important to have professional skill sets. 50%, 60%, I cannot differentiate, but yes, definitely because of which you are in that professional skill sets. But equally important is behavioral skill sets along with interpersonal communications. So that's the reason we have this subject has been introduced in your course, Organizational Behavior and Professional Communication, which can have a greater impact, which can make the difference between a successful and an unsuccessful person or a employee. So this is basically a non-analytical subject. You don't have any mathematical calculations here or numericals. Yes, it has the importance is given to professional behavior. The topics discussed are with regard to professional behavior. Then stress has been given. Stress is laid on the personal communication skill sets. Today's every time you can see go through the advertisements. There are a lot of impetus given on improving the skills, communication skill sets and the behavior. People are paying good money for undergoing these courses, but that has been included in your syllabus. Communication skill sets. Discussion is also done in this subject regarding how to resolve the conflicts. Conflicts are a part of whenever you're in a group, whenever you're in an organization, and you do have come across the situations where the conflicts are bound to happen, but how to resolve the conflicts is one of the facets. Okay, so we'll be looking into that. Personality theories, personality development. People are spending good money on how to improve the personality. They are undergoing the courses, online, offline courses. There are successful entrepreneurs who are giving these courses. But yes, we have this course included in our syllabus. Personality theories and personality development. How to behave in a group. Well, now, all these days, you are in schools and the college and you are in a protected environment. But once you get into the professional world, it is a strict world. It's a professional world. One has to behave in a professional way and communicate well with others, and you are bound to come across the groups, and in the groups not all are like-minded. The mindset of person in a group varies from person to person, lady to lady, and nowadays you have people coming from different backgrounds, people coming from different regions, maybe different countries, or different parts of this big country as well. So there is a bound to happen, there is a difference in the opinions. Now question comes how to resolve, how to behave in the groups. So these are the things we'll be discussing in our organizational behavior and professional communication course, which is an important one from our professional point of view. There are 5 units as usual. So this is a prerequisite is our basics of management, which you have studied in your earlier previous semesters. Unit 1, the introduction to organizational behavior. What are the disciplines which contribute to organizational behavior? What are the challenges and opportunities for the field like organizational behavior? As I said right in my beginning, after some course of time, some due course of time, what differentiates between a successful and a moderately successful or unsuccessful professional would be the behavioral skill sets and communication, interpersonal communication skill sets. These are two major things which are definitely needed apart from your basic engineering skill sets. So foundations of individual behavior, there have been good number of theories or theories put forth by proponents here in this field. So what is the foundation of individual behavior? What are the biographical characteristics, abilities, values, attitudes? Then what do you mean job satisfaction? Effect of job satisfaction on the employee performance. These are some of the related topics we'll be discussing in our unit 1. Unit 2 consists of learning and personality emotions. What theories of learning, condition. There are basically three theories of learning: theoretical, classical, operant, and social learning theories. Shaping methods, personality and emotions. How to control today's world? We need to control our emotions. Emotionless, yes. One has to control on his emotions and behave appropriately as per the situation demands. Definition: personality determines like hereditary, environment, situation. Then what are the personality major personality attributes influencing OB? Some could be one or two technical words here. Locus of control, Machiavellianism, self-esteem, self-monitoring, risk-taking. Definitions, couple of things we have in unit number 2. Unit 3 defines with the motivation. After some time, the person or a lady loses motivation to continue the job for whatever the reasons. So how to keep up the motivation? There are what are called as motivational theories. So these are 2 or 3 theories we are discussing here: McGregor's theory, Victor Vroom's theory, then McClelland's theory. These are 2-3 theories that we'll be discussing in this unit number 3. Then ESOP, another thing offered by today's entrepreneurs or today's industries, that is employee stock ownership options plans. Okay, probably you are in next semesters, or once you get into the jobs, then you'll be also looking into whether you'll be getting this ESOP option or not. While getting into the job, they may offer you the ESOP option also. Next, groups. Unit number 4, important part is You are entering the groups now. You are in a part of a project teams. You are part of a department. So how to behave in the groups, classification of groups, 5-stage group development. You will be you will be assigned with one project. That is what is happening in your final year project. 4 or 5 students coming together. You realize what kind of challenge you face with a non-performing student versus a performing student. So you have to manage all the 5 people are of not same caliber, same skill set. So one has to in a industry, in an organization, one has to go for the best skill sets of any person and utilize it to the maximize the project outcomes. So 5-stage group development model, and then factors affecting the group formations, norm status, then communication. Yes, one of the most important today's requirement is, apart from your skill set, you need to have a good communication skill set. You need to develop it. You need to have a language skill set. You need to have communication skill set, discussions, your emails, your discussions with the boss, your superiors, your juniors. All these matter a lot. So definition, functions of communication, directions of communication, downward communication, upward, lateral, interpersonal, then organizational communication, formal communication versus informal communications, networks. Like today's world, we have social networks. So sometimes it is good, sometimes it can backfire you. So one has to be very careful about formal and informal networks when you are in a group, when you're in an organization, grapevine, computer-related communications, so on and so forth. Then the last unit we'll be discussing about organizational change. And yes, you have seen the effects of work stress and its management. People are taking extreme steps in order to overcome the stress. Sometimes they are leading to, I cannot say what has happened. Yeah, work stress is leading to disruptions in family lives, and in some extreme cases, people are attempting suicide as well in this case. So how to overcome the work stress and how to manage, one of the important topics I believe in today's world, which is full of stress. So we'll be discussing about that part. You do have 2 good books. One is Stephen Robbins, another is Fred Luthan's. Stephen Robbins is the syllabus is almost in line with the Stephen Robbins, and equally good is Fred Luthan's. Then you do have a Shotapa book as well. There is an NPTEL course which has been now outlined here. These are the course outcomes, 4 or 5 outcomes that we have, each outcome for 1 unit. Understand the concepts of OB, discuss theories of OB learning and personality, explain the concepts of motivation, explain the importance of effective communication, then stress and conflict management. So these are the program outcomes. Okay, this is the delivery method. The course consists of 2 IAs as usual, 30 plus 30, 25 for your theory and 5 for quiz. So 30 plus 30, 60. Then 2 assignments you have, open book assignments, 10 plus 10. Then you have a seminar or a course project, 20. So effectively 100. I request you to post your questions in this regard in case you have, through the YouTube links or directly can contact. You can send out and we'll send you the response through the concerned coordinators. I request the next faculty, Madam Professor Shiv Kumar will take over the session. I request him to give his inputs. Yeah. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Start, good morning. This is regarding the subject engineering economy, an open elective offered by Department of Mechanical Engineering for all the branches except mechanical engineering. Of course, mechanical engineering students have got this as elective as a professional elective, but other students also offered the subject because the financial management or knowing knowledge about economy is very important for all the people, literate or illiterate, or engineering graduates or doctors, any field. So they should have the knowledge of engineering economics basically. So in this subject, we are focusing on mainly about interest rate calculations. For example, when you're going to buy anything, maybe a scooter or a bike or a car or any assets, building anything. Okay, so you should know that banks are going to give loan. You should know that they are going to offer you to pay the loan in terms of installments, also called as EMI, that is equal monthly installments. So one should have the knowledge about how they calculate EMIs and how you're going to repay the loan and how many years it takes for you to complete the loan. These are the basic knowledge everyone should have. So, in fact, in this, of course, nowadays also talking about so much about inflation and the value of money. Those things are the essential things normally we talk about. Okay. So, in the first unit, we are focusing on that is law of demand and supply. How this, when the cost or rate of essential goods are going to be vary, how this law of demand and supply are going to be also going to vary, how they're going to be effect on purchasing power. Those things are going to be dealt in first unit, and also effects of inflation, causes, consequences of inflation, and how to control inflation. And of course, mainly in this unit, we're talking about calculating interest rates. Okay, that is EMI, and also one more thing you can see it effective and nominal interest rate. Okay, you have already heard about interest rate regularly using a simple interest rate. That is SI is equal to PTR by 100 in the high school level. But here we are mainly focusing on calculating the effective interest rate when they're going to, when you are supposed to pay the interest rate in terms of monthly or weekly or 15 days once likewise. Okay, so this first unit talking about interest rate, inflation, and law of demand, supply, and all. And of course, in examination point of view, those things I'm going to tell you later. And of course, second unit talking about a comparison of assets. Okay, so let us say an organization or an individual having so much of assets, you should know the value of assets. And also, suppose if you want to buy anything, you're going to compare it based upon some worthness, whether it's going to be present worth or annual worth or future worth. When you're going to take a loan, normally we're going to calculate the annual worth, whether it's going to be worth to buy that loan or something like that. When you're going to buy an asset, we're going to compare the present worth, whether it's going to be worth today or not. Or sometimes you're going to find out the future worth also. Suppose you are going to use it for around 10-15 years. You're also going to find out whether it's going to be worth after 10 to 15 years. Likewise, second, talking about comparison of alternatives based on present worth or future worth. And we're going to compare here, we're going to take into account the assets life also. So when you're going to compare, not necessarily going to have all the time equal lives, you're going to have unequal life. One asset may be 5 years old, one may be 8 years old, one may be 20 years old. So then how you're going to compare when the assets are going to have unequal life also, you're going to do it in the unit 2. Unit 3, normally this very important concept, that is depreciation. When you're going to resell your vehicle or an asset or a building or car, anything actually, normally, so the value of an asset decreases over the time. When you're going to buy, the initial cost will not be same when you're going to resell it after 1 year or 2 years, any number of years. So that is the asset going to be depreciated. That is the value of an asset get depreciated. Means how to calculate depreciation or reasons of depreciation. Those things are going to be dealt in the unit number 3. And also one more important aspect here, that is finding the selling price for any product. So, for example, they're going to fix some rate for the product. You're going to see selling price. Then how they're going to fix? What are the costs involved in fixing selling price? Those things are there in the unit number 3. Unit number 4 is a very important. You know that normally we talk about financial management. Therein, all the companies they're going to prepare balance sheet, and also they're going to prepare profit and loss account. Okay, those things are basically comes under financial management. So knowledge of these balance sheet and profit loss account is very important for any individual. And lastly, talking about replacement analysis. So, for example, when an organization or an individual, when they're thinking of replacing anything, any asset, then how they're going to replace? So, they are certainly they should know that the reasons and the methods of replacement. Those things are there in the unit number 5, along with one more chapter called as breakdown analysis. I think when you go to take a subject, you'll understand these concepts. Overall, you can say it regarding the marks allocation, maybe around you can say it 25% theory, 75% analytical problems. Okay, that's about the distribution of marks in terms of analytical and theory. 25 theory and 75% analytical problems. And of course, there are many books are there. Those things I'm going to tell you later. Okay. That's all about this subject, engineering economy. Thank you. So I'm Dr. Shivakumar, professor from the Department of Mechanical Engineering.
Okay, click Good morning, everyone. Myself, Anupama Kallol, faculty, Mechanical Department. So I am going to offer you Human Resource Management. That is an open elective, common to all branches, except Mechanical. So here I am to explain you about the industry, what are the resources that are used for industries, and what is management, how the management is being implemented for human resource management, wherein we can manage the human resource which is there in the industry, or how effectively we can manage so that the total productivity of the organization can be improved or effectiveness can be improved. As already you know, every industry, whether it is manufacturing industry or service industry, both are starving for improving their profitability or improving their productivity. So to do that, we need to use all the available resources in the organization in a most efficient and effective manner. So we can divide those resources into two categories. One is physical resource and the other one is human resource. Physical resources, you can say that machine, material, money and other things, energy which we are using to transform the available these resources into a finished products. Of course, product may be in the form of service or it may be form of goods. Okay, but the human resource, why it is so important is human resource is using all these physical resources and transforming these resources into final product. So managing the human resource is very, very important task of every industry. Okay, so now what is management then? Management, as a simple definition of management, is getting the things done from other people. Very simple definition, you can say. So the human resource is the resource which is very, very important in the organization to convert or to transform, or all the processes are under the control of this human resource, which need to be managed properly so that the industry can improve their productivity or increase the profitability. This is what it is. So that you are going to learn. And all of you might have heard human resource department or human resource development, human resource planning in every industry. Once you come to 7th semester, you will find out. So human resource, that HR interview has got its own importance. You'll have to pass the technical interview, all other things, everything is their aptitude test, technical interview, group discussion during your placement process I'm talking about. Then at the end, HR interview will be there. HR interview, the HR people are going to negotiate with you about your salary, about your the intention of joining the department or the industry, or what is your objectives, what is your potential, that they are going to find out. The human resource department is going to find it out. So it has got its own importance to make your career either manufacturing industry or service industry, whether the computer science students or electronic students or maybe civil students or anybody, but it has got its own importance of making your career. So human resource department has got its own importance. So here in this we are going to learn. Before that, I'll show 1 minute. The syllabus I want to show it to you. Before that, this is about what I want to show is as already you know, in the syllabus itself, you can syllabus or the scheme or whatever, in that you can see it is same as that of the other open electives. It is 18 ME 663, 3 credits are there, open elective, and marks, CIE marks are 50, SEE is 50. So the hours is 3 hours in a week, and total hours 40 hours I'll have to take the class, and 3 hours for 100 marks exam. That is common. So here what you are going to learn is to at the end of the objective of learning HRM is to provide the knowledge about the objectives of human resource management with various components like human resource planning, HRP, job design, how to design a job, how the recruitment process takes place, how the selection process is, or what are the steps to be followed in selecting the candidate for the industry, and how to give the training, what type of training need to be given to the people, those who have been selected, and how to develop that human resource, okay, and also to develop the skills of performance appraisal methods. Performance appraisal, you might have heard, everybody nowadays, every development of individual is based on the performance of individuals. So the performance appraisal method you need to understand the performance appraisal method. Okay, what are the methods to be followed for improving your performance in the industry, or how to get more salary, or how to improve yourself, how to improve your knowledge, right? How to go to the higher levels. All those things you are going to learn once you learn this HRM. Then to review the various aspects of industrial relations, industry disputes, all those things, settling the facts and all those, settling acts and all. So what are the type of disputes we come across in the industries, how to resolve them, what type of relationship we need to have to with the peers, with the higher authority, or with the people those who are working under you. That also you are going to learn. And to explore the key issues involved in HRM using case studies. Some case studies also we have included in the syllabus, which are very helpful for you to understand what is the role of human resource department in the organization, how it works, how the people those who are working are connected, each one of them are connected with the human resource department. This is what you are going to learn. So first unit, so you can read the syllabus later also. The nature and scope of human resource management, human resource planning you are going to learn, and recruitment and all those things you are going to learn. Training and development you are going to learn in unit 3. And fourth one, performance appraisal, that just now what I explained. And then EHR is there. And then industrial disputes and settlement. This is about your what you can say, the syllabus. Okay, so now the next one is just a minute. Importance of HRM. What is the importance? Just I want to explain you with the PPT, what I have prepared here. One PDF is there. So what they say, human resource management is the management of the employees working in the organization. Simply speaking, it is putting right people to the right task, thereby making maximum use of employees' talent, ability, their potential, their experience, everything. Okay, this is very, very important. This deals with all these, you can say, aspects. What are those? First one is selection, human resource management. In that, we can categorize all these come under this human resource management. What are those? Selection, recruitment, employment legislation, discipline, development of each employee, training, reward systems, all those things, and trade unions, and then motivation, which together, if we make it successful, then definitely it will lead to the improvement of the productivity. This is what it is. This is the human resource management aspect. So here, as you have seen here, so the importance of in human resource management, first step is recruitment and selection. Then how to provide the training to the people, those who have been selected for your industry, and performance appraisal, how to improve their performance, how to assess their performance. Based on that, how the incentives can be given, wages can be improved, increment can be given, or promotion or transfer, anything that is related to this human that performance appraisal. Then trade unions, or one by one we'll take it up. This is recruitment. What they say, the process by which the job vacancy is identified. Identify the potential employees, identifying the potential employees and where the potential employees which are suitable for our industries are available. For example, your engineering college itself. So there, why the industries people are coming to our college and conducting the interview process or conducting all the process and selecting the students from our this one. That's why they'll have to identify where is the source from where they can find the prospective employees, those who have got the potential. Okay, the engineering colleges, definitely. So that's why they come here and recruit. Recruitment is not the appointment or something like that. It is a process. Okay, the main forms of recruitment through advertising in the newspaper, magazines, trade papers, internal vacancy list. They make all this process and identify where the people are available, and they give the all these advertisements, everything, and they make the people or they make the students to apply for their industry. This is what it is. Then comes the selection. What is that? The process of assessing the candidates and appointing them for the post. This is what it is. Applicants are shortlisted by they will suppose if it is your score is 8.1, and if that in the list your name may not come or something like that, because the eligibility criteria they have provided or they have given is 8.5. This is how they scrutinize or they assess the candidates and they make the suitable candidates to come for the next part of the process. Then comes, once you get selected for the industry, going through number of different steps in selection. Number of steps are there. You'll understand the process of selection. In that, first the aptitude test will be, first the eligibility criteria. If you pass through the eligibility criteria, then the aptitude test will be conducted. Then next one is maybe it depends on the industry or type of the industry and all. Then the technical interview may be there, the group discussion will be there, the general questions will be there. Then comes the HR interview. This is what is very, very important at the end. Okay, even if you clear all these, HR interview is the most important one, wherein they will find out how best you are suitable for their industry. This is the selection process. Okay, the next step is training. Once you get selected, then the training will be given. So according to their requirement of the industry, according to the technology or whatever they are using, they, of course, the basic knowledge in the college itself, but to add it to that, they will conduct some training processes. Okay, you may undergo 1 month training, 2 months training. Again, it depends on the type of the industry and how big the industry, what type of work, everything. So they will provide new skills to the employees, keep the employee up to date. Or once you, after joining also, the training process is the part of after joining also, you'll have to undergo the training as and when required. If the technology changes, they'll have to provide you the training. Okay, so that you can update your knowledge and you will make yourself comfortable with the improved technology or changing technology and all those things, so that they will maintain your efficiency by the industry people, or industry is maintaining your efficiency or effectiveness of working and all those things. By improving efficiency, the training will be provided to improve your quality, efficiency and all those things, knowledge. Okay, so that you can update yourself. And then comes the performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is nothing but the wages and incentives you can include in that. So wages, they will, in the selection process itself, they will give the 12 lakhs package, 10 lakhs package, whatever. They will give you all the details. But once you join, then as and when required, the performance appraisal will be conducted. Maybe it is self-assessment, or maybe somebody is assessing you, the peers are assessing you, or the people, those who are under those you are working, they may assess you. Depending on that, they will prepare your performance rating or whatever that you are going to study in this. So the reward will be given to you based on your performance. The process of appraising you or process of assessing you is very, very important. Even though you are not part of the HR department, even you are a technical person or you are working in the organization or something like that. So this process you need to know or you need to understand. So that's why this subject is very, very important. What they say, the system of pay and benefits used by the firm to reward workers, right? To give the incentives, bonus, promotion, transfer, good projects, something like that. HRM encourages the people working in an organization to work according to their potential and gives them suggestions that can help them to bring about the improvement in it. Then comes trade unions. Of course, all of you may be knowing the unions. Okay, what is union? It contributes to smooth change the management and the leadership. Trade unions are formed to protect and promote the interest of their members. Their primary function is to protect the interest of the workers against discrimination and unfair labor practices. If any problems are associated with the management, or there is a dispute between management and the workers, or there may be a dispute or a conflict among the people, those who are working together, anything is there, trade union is there to help you. Okay, again, it has got its own importance, or laws, or the policies, or something like that. Okay, so this is about the trade union, that also you are going to learn in your one of the units. And then comes the development. Once you have joined, you are not going to stay there itself, at what you can say, that platform or something like that. You want to improve yourself, you want to go with the higher salary, or promotion, or you want to show your achievements, you want to improve yourself. So there the development comes into picture. So what it is then, here it is written here: opportunities, promotion, personal development, continuing the professional development. These are the important aspects of development part of human resource. So what is this? Developing the employee can be regarded as as a valuable asset. So here, one thing you remember, in HR department, or HR management, we consider that the employees, those who are working in the organization, are the asset of the organization, not the liabilities. You remember that, not the liabilities. So the personal, before this, we used to call it as personal department in the organizations. The personal department used to be there in the organization, or we used to call it as, only their role was to appoint the people for the organization and make them to work, that's all. But HR department has changed, totally changed its perspective. Okay, then what we say, we are the industries nowadays are considering their employees as asset. Okay, they are not cost centered, they are profit centered. Okay, this is the mindset has changed. So that's why this development of the people, those who are working in the organization, has got its own importance. It is in this part we are totally focusing on how to motivate the people, how to improve their efficiency, how to make them to work hard, what type of training need to be given, or how they can improve their knowledge and their skill and their what you can say, education, maybe that also. Okay, so all these things we are supposed to learn. And other reasons why the human resource department is so important is here, that it totally focus on cost savings, employee satisfaction, budget control, quality of work life, and the protection of the people, those who are working in the organization. All these factors are very, very important to improve the productivity of the organization, in turn improve the profitability of the organization. So everybody, all stakeholders, those who are in the industries, will be very, very happy if the human resource department, or managing the human resource, is done properly, handled properly. Okay, so this is about the human resource management, and the stakeholders are society, organization, and other employees. With this, I'll conclude. I think we have understood about the human resource. It is at the strategy, management is at the strategic level. Managers formulate the HR functions in the way that facilitate the business strategies, and it is a matter of fit between the HR choices and the business strategies. So this is about the introduction, and I have explained about the importance of human resource management. And as already you know, the syllabus, or the division of marks, everything is same as that of the previous what you have understood with the other open electives. The other things I'll explain later. If you have any doubts or anything, you can come to me. I will be available in mechanical engineering department. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
With this, we are concluding the session on open electives. So, any students, if they have any doubt, you can come back to mechanical department and you can solve your doubts. And with this, we are concluding the session. And one more thing, the classes are starting from 21st. So before that, the list will be given to the departments. Okay, thank you very much.